Yes, here we are again, the PadelBro's, the only podcast with all the sense and nonsense about this beautiful sport. As always, my name is Sven, and next to me, as always, is Wessel. Wessel, good afternoon, I would say.
Good afternoon, Sven.
We're speaking English.
Yes, we are. Why are we speaking English?
Well, I mean, I'll let you do the introduction.
Well, our guest today is a very special guest. His name is Gabo. Should we do his last name too?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabo Lorredo. That's my best Spanish accent, and you can hear him laugh now. No, I've been knowing Gabo for some years. He's a padel coach, trainer, player, very handsome too, and we are very delighted that he's here with us. And we're going to tell more later on in this podcast what we've been doing today and yesterday and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So
welcome, Gabo.
Thank you, guys.
Really nice to have you.
Thank you. I'm also excited to be with you. I know Wessel for a while, and I always like to spend time with him. But also, I got to know you basically yesterday, and I just told him that it feels like I know you for many months or years or whatever. But it just it's such a nice connection. So I'm looking forward to do this.
Great. Well, thank you for being here. I want to give a little bit of a backstory, obviously, because one thing that amazes us is we've been doing this for less than a year.
Yeah.
And this is the first time someone actually flew over by themselves and actually took the time and effort of coming here and playing a match, coaching us in a couple of hours, and also and having some good time. Yeah. Playing some new board games for us, which we're also going to discuss.
Yeah, we actually will do that. We'll put it in the side notes.
Yeah,
exactly.
But we first and foremost, we want to thank you very much for coming down here, because it means a lot to us having someone with your knowledge, with your experience, and we can just pick your brain about all these kinds of topics.
Please do.
So we're going to ask you everything.
I love questions, and I love to get challenged with those questions.
So let's start first with...
introduce yourself.
Yeah, who are you?
Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico, even though, now I have the double nationality. I'm Spanish, Mexican. But, my heart is Mexican. So I'm from there. I've been in Spain since 2011. And I come from tennis. Then I transitioned to padel. I went crazy with it, like everybody else, I guess. And I decided to follow a coaching career with padel. And I think I made the right choice, even though when I made that choice, I didn't know if it was the right one. But now I'm happy with what I do. I love coaching, and I love traveling. I think that's the most exciting part, where, I can coach basically anywhere in the world. Also, as the sport is growing globally. I mean, now you just name it. Where do you want to have a business with padel? I mean, anywhere.
Everywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah. I mean, last year we were in Asia, and it's crazy, man. Everywhere you go. I mean, we were in Gili Island. I mean, seriously, it's so small, no cars, only bicycles. And there was a paddle court.
Yeah. I played there, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's beautiful to see how paddle has expanded. And I think paddle is here to stay. For those that think, paddle, you think it's going to stay? Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't know how it's going to develop as a business, but I think as a game, as a sport, as a, social connection, is here to stay forever.
And then where did padel start? Because you said you came from tennis.
Yeah.
So what was the first time you stepped onto a padel court?
Well, it's actually a funny story. I didn't know the sport, which I wish I knew it from before. It's not like I knew it and I just didn't play it because I didn't like it. I just didn't even know it existed. So when I finished my tennis career, I went back home in Mexico to spend some time with my parents and figure out what I was going to do. And then I got a call from a friend that said, "Hey, Gabo, I'm playing this new sport. It's called padel, and you have to play in pairs. And I'm playing in the national tournament. So my partner got injured, and I need to show up to the tournament. Otherwise, my points will be
deducted.
Deducted or taken away."
Yeah.
So he said, please, can you come? And I said, "Yeah, sure, man. But what am I supposed to do?" And he said, "Look, it's like tennis." I mean, that's how much he knew.
Yeah.
Nothing. He said, "It's like tennis. Just be at the net. You just need to be at the net. Come, we play. That's it. Have fun, and then we can have some drinks. And I said, okay. Obviously, I went there, and I mean, I did every bad thing a tennis player can do. Every ball that flew, I thought I had it. Bam! The guy was waiting for me at the net just by 4. And but then I had a terrible time in the match, to be honest. But we lost. But I was happy to help my friend. But then I decided to stay and watch actually the tournament. And there were a lot of Argentinians playing in that tournament that were living in Mexico. Yeah. And I just fell in love with, to be honest, I fell in love with when I saw the guys spinning and how the game was played, high, and then the other guys were trying to accelerate, but these guys were slowing down the ball. And I just thought the game was super nice. Yeah. So then what I did is basically I went home and I went online and I searched for where is the best place to learn paddle. And then luckily me, I got this contact from Argentina, whose name is Jorge Nicolini. And then maybe in a period of 3 months, I decided to take a plane to Argentina. Like
that?
Yeah, just like a hippie. I mean, I went there. I had some savings. I knocked on the club's door. I said, hey, I'm here to learn. So I'm here. I'm available. I'm a tennis player, good level. So I want to transition to paddle. Obviously, the coach has heard this story millions of times. So he, at the beginning, didn't care about me. But then as we went, he was nice and he took me under his wing. And then, I became friends with the guy at the bar. So it was a great experience. And
how old were you then?
that was 2010, 2009, 2010, because that's when I started. So I was 15 years ago. So I'm 41. Do the math.
Yeah.
Do the math.
26.
Yeah, and I mean, the good thing is I was really doing this like 8 to 10 hours a day, as in not always, I wasn't getting coached all the time because, they didn't care about me at the beginning. But I was there, and then, I will hear the guy at the front desk, oh, someone got injured, so we are missing one person. And I'll be like, I'm here. And, and maybe the level was like, 3 old ladies, and I didn't care. I was,
you just wanted to play, yeah.
So it was really fun. And then at the end, I became friends with the coach. So he took me under his wing. As in, he said, look, now I see you are for real. So stay with me, or, I'm going to help you. The guy at the bar is like, hey, you help me with this and I give you food. Help me at night to clean the bar. And then I feed you during the day. I mean, it was just an amazing experience, man.
I was going to ask you because this sounds all really nice, but I think you have to have some money or income. Were you doing something for a living, but you were basically doing under the wing of the coach and getting
I mean, I had some savings, and then let's say in the period of 3 months, maybe less, I started competing in Argentina.
Oh, okay.
And I think the results were pretty good. I mean, I got in the top 20, 25 in less than 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
And then they were saying, hey, Gabo, you want to give some lessons here and there? And of course, I was watching all the time. I mean, I in that way, I'm lucky because I think my biggest way of learning is observing. For example, when I used to go to Madrid to train with some coaches, wherever, for me, it was also like a learning experience because even though I was training, I have this ability of paying attention that, if my coach is correcting you, even though I'm the guy next to you, the business is not with me, but I can hear. And I have a good focus of, okay, he just corrected that he shouldn't play in the corner because that ball is better in the middle, and then that the pace shouldn't be so high because the rebound will penalize him. And then I try to apply it to me.
So it was double. So you were training and you were observing.
Well, that's still what I do. So for example, I have plans to go next year to see Ovide, to see Prato. And I don't go and tell them, hey, can I have a coaching course? No. I go and say, hey, I'm here to train. Sometimes, because I'm not getting any younger. So they put me with juniors. Juniors meaning, guys that are 16 to 20 years old. That they play amazing. Yeah. But, for me, it's good enough. And I'm training. And at the same time, my ears are like this, my senses are like this, and then I test what they say. It's not like I believe everything they say, but I come up with my own conclusions. But it's a very nice way, like you say, it's like killing 2 birds with 1 bullet, yeah? So I think for me, that's the healthiest and most fun way to keep learning.
I think it's organic. I mean, exactly that you just, because you still want to improve as a player, probably, but also as a coach. And if you can combine those two by just watching and training. I mean, that's the perfect life.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for me, I also tell players sometimes, that train with me, I say, look, when I'm correcting you, don't just go like the business is not with you. Instead, pay attention, because maybe when I'm correcting you, you can benefit from it.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about, whatever you're thinking. I mean, you are 2 hours on court, get the best out of it, even if the thing is not with you. But maybe you can pick up something, or you can relate to what I'm correcting to you. So I said, if you really want to learn and you want to make the best experience of your 2 hours, you also need to put that part of you, which is the mental aspect, not just, doing when I ask you to do.
Now, that's actually something we have a trainer. When he gives feedback to Sven, I always listen, because exactly what you're saying. But it also has to do with the trainer, because when you have a trainer who just says the standard stuff, you're like, oh, you're gonna look up to the sky and wait till he's finished, and then you can go on. But then that has no result. So if I listen to the trainer giving Sven feedback, it's for me important too to learn. And I can, when we play a game later on in the week, I can also tell him, remember what the trainer told you.
Exactly.
So that you can help each other.
No, so I'll tell you something. I mean, from a coaching perspective, and this is a mistake I see a lot with coaches. Like, for example, we have a group lesson, which we will have later, and I will correct him. Sometimes coaches make this mistake that they focus so much on Wessel. But you are also paying for the training, and the other guy is paying for the training, and maybe sometimes we're 4. So what I do, and I think every coach should do, I mean, this is part of what I do when I do coaching courses. I say, look, if you're going to correct Wessel, that's fine, but then you stop and say, guys, gather. Because when I gather you, even though the correction will be more towards him, I know you probably make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
So then I said, look, Wessel, guys, Wessel shouldn't play that ball. So now I'm talking to all of you, even though we stopped because of him. But I said, Wessel is playing too much in the corner, and that basically is creating this player to be completely out of the play because he's pushing the player away. So I want not just Wessel, but everyone to be more aware of building more in the middle, so you guys are more together. And then once we make the players aware of the middle, maybe we can attack in the corners, hoping to penetrate the player through. But then, everybody's part of it. Yeah. Everybody's listening. Otherwise, it's like I'm talking to him, and you guys are like, "Hey, what the hell is happening?"
Well, or the guys think, "Oh, look."
But that's the coach. I would say that's the coach's job to either he can have an individual lesson with you, even though it's a group lesson, or I understand what my job is. I understand very well how to do it, and I say, "Guys, gather," because I know everyone can benefit from it. Yeah, and also at the end of the day, in a lesson of 4, we are a team.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, it's your responsibility because you are the.
Well, you are in my territory.
You are the expert.
You're gonna do what I say. If you don't want to gather, then I will tell you, "Hey, look, the next club is 2 kilometers here, so bye bye."
No, but that's why I also think it's important for players to try different coaches, because you also have to have a connection with your coach. I mean, I've had coaches who were like, "Okay, this is 60 minutes. I'm gonna give you 75 baskets, and you just do a backhand volley, and I'll see you next week." Well, that's not really something I like. I want to have more. So then I won't go back to that coach, and I'm going to look for the other one. So the one we have now, at this point, is perfect.
Yeah, don't say it too loud, because then we're going to get it back on Monday from him.
But it's very easy to give a compliment, right?
No, I mean he's great, indeed. But I think going back to what you said regarding the listening of others, I think it's also you have to be mentally available for the lesson itself, because it's not only going to be. I mean, would you say if you have 100% of let's say a lesson, like what's the average someone will pick up from a lesson? Maybe 10-20%? Because if you're saying maybe correcting 100 things.
No, well, first I think that would be a terrible mistake to focus on so much. No, but I think it depends on because we have the technical aspect, we have the tactical aspect, we have the consistency aspect. So it depends. But I mean, first I think in a lesson, for example, we're going to train after this podcast, and we will focus on one thing that I saw this morning, which is, to me, you're very good at transitioning forward, But as you play better players, you don't always succeed. Because you did something wrong with your approach, for example, but because the guys that you're playing against, they also have weapons, as in, okay, if you come in, I play out of your line, or I play in the middle, I break the play, and now you have to basically abort the mission. So you have to go back. And that's what I noticed on all of you this morning, that you are so comfortable moving forward, and probably with the players you play most of the time, it works really well. But today, it wasn't easy for you to steal the net. So then you have to continue trying, but if it didn't work, you have to have the capacity to move back and start all over again. So basically, it takes more effort with better players to take the net. So you have to try more times, to take the net.
We're going to focus on one thing,
And that's it. But then, obviously, as we do that, we might be like, hey, Wessel, when you see Andy moving forward, and you try to see that I didn't move as fast as him, play to the player that is more back, which in this case is me. Oh, okay. I mean, there will be other things coming up, but they will be linked to the subject.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is what I mean by one subject. But one subject can be very broad.
Very broad,
To me, what is not fair is like, okay, we do this, but then now we switch to, we're going to do these shot selections with the overhead. Well, the overhead also has a lot of variations and things we can talk about. So that's a lot for one lesson. Then, of course, the mental aspect is not easy. It's not easy. I mean, just with you guys, we have 3 different personalities. I mean, our friend Andy, probably his focus is like this. So I constantly have to also, that's part of my job.
You have to keep him.
When I see he's going, is to grab him somehow. Andy! Maybe I will use his name more in the lesson, even though the tip is for everyone. But that will, every time he goes, and then
keep your focus.
Exactly. But that's basically experience on how to run a lesson,
And how did you get this experience? Because coming back to Argentina, you were under the wing of a coach.
Yeah.
After how many were you? Were you coaching yourself for some point, or how did it develop?
I did for a while, but at that time I had the dream of being a player, like I guess everyone is at some point. And I was young enough. I was fit. I just came out of tennis, college tennis. I have always been a little bit, chubby, but I was fit. And then he told me, he said, Gabo, Spain has the only tour in the world at the moment. And at that time, it wasn't even World Tour. I mean, you're too young, but it was PadelBro Tour.
Oh.
So
before W.
Yeah, before World Padel Tour, there was PadelBro Tour, and it was only played in Spain. Only. So it was Zaragoza, Extremadura, Marbella, Fuengirola, Madrid. It was amazing, man. And, the stadiums were small, but they were full. And I mean, you can still find on YouTube, like Pro Padel Tour. And, you have the players dominating the tour. Obviously, it was Bela and Juan Martin. But you also had Mieres, Lima. They were
Did you play against them?
I did play against some of them. Especially, I did some exhibitions. More than in actual tournaments, because I didn't qualify for the tournament. I was playing the qualis, and they were really tough, and the draws were very small, so it was difficult. And then I did play World Tour, and I think I was doing okay, because I played about 5-6 tournaments. I qualified to 2 or 3, and then in some I was in the last rounds of qualification. And then I had to stop, because I separated from the mother of my daughter. So then I had to focus
other priorities
on that. But and that's why I decided to take the other route, which was coaching, which I always love. I mean, I was coaching tennis, and I loved it. I did it in US. I had a good job. I just got a little bit burned out with tennis.
Why?
I think I did it since I was 6 years old, and to be honest, I don't know if I really liked it. I play it because my parents put me in it, and I happen to be good at it, especially in my country. I'm not proud to say, I was number 1 in Mexico in all my ages, because I was. But, being a number 1 in Mexico
doesn't mean a lot.
It's the same as saying now in Padel, I'm number 1 in Sweden. Yeah, well, good for you, man. But you are shedding Premier Padel. So, I mean, it's the same as me. Yeah, I'm shedding ATP. I didn't even get a point. So...
But did you do the Challenger tournaments and everything, or
I tried for a little bit, but then I basically in tennis, when you turn 18 and you are not good, as in that they don't think you are gonna be
Then-
pro, but you are in the in the sauce. The college scouters come. So I was actually recruited in Miami. I was playing the big tournaments like Orange Bowl, Eddie Hare. I mean, I was basically also playing some below Grand Slams. I didn't have money to travel, so I was just going to these tournaments that were close by. And if you are not that good, but you are still belonging to that level, which is very good for college, you get a full ride. I mean, the coaches are like, hey, you should come to my university. And so then I discussed with my dad. I said, look, Dad, I don't think I'm that good in tennis, even though I'm number one in Mexico. How many Mexicans there are in the ATP? 0. So I said, then, I'm just barely 178. For a tennis player, I'm short.
Yeah.
So I was realistic, I've always been. And I said, I think getting a full ride in US is already a win-win for us, because you cannot pay me a university because, I don't come from a wealthy family. And I said, and now you don't have to pay. And I will be studying abroad. They also, will take care of me with their living expenses and food. And because, we cannot get money, but they can cover everything. So I think having a full ride was a great
nice.
deal. Yeah. So then I didn't try to go pro.
So you were saying maybe I didn't even like tennis. So
Yeah,
what's the difference now for you between paddle and tennis? And you can.
Well, I got to choose. This is the thing. When you're a kid, it became. I liked it, of course, but maybe it was more as I got older. I realized maybe I didn't like it that much. Also, it's a very tough sport, tennis, man. It's a very lonely sport, very frustrating. I mean, you are on your own, And then I think the difference with paddle is I got to choose paddle. Also because I'm old enough to make my own choices.
You made that decision
Of course, my parents look for the best for me. They put me in tennis. And then it became like a routine, Wessel. Like, okay, we go to tennis, we get out of school, take you to tennis, you play tournaments. Every year we did the same tour. And it's fun. I mean, let's say it gave me some discipline. And of course, some skills with the racket and the ball, which I'm thankful for. But I always wonder, maybe it wasn't my choice.
Do you ever play tennis these days?
Yeah, sometimes, very rarely. But I enjoy it, and I enjoy watching it now a lot. I watch all the highlights from the tournaments, and I like to follow it.
Because you're also discovering new sports, which we talked about, which is golf.
Yes.
It's your new obsession.
Yes, I am obsessed to the point that I know myself. I know I'm going to be a coach eventually. I know. The thing is, that's a subject we have to one day address, guys, because, to be a coach in golf, it's very difficult.
Yeah, we know.
It's not like paddle.
No.
Yeah, in that way, I think it's a subject that I'm dying to discuss on a podcast. Because, in golf, you don't get a 3-day course from Hello Golf or whatever brand.
Hello Golf.
Yeah, or from MM2, and now you're a coach. Go ahead, teach everyone. So it's interesting. It's not like riding a bicycle, I say. So
you can spend your whole life becoming a good coach in golf because there's so many aspects.
And also what I love the most is that they require a certain level. You have to be a scratch player.
Yeah.
You know what that means? I mean, if we translate that, you have to be a scratch player. We translate that to paddle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
To me, if you don't have a ranking in Premier, 400 in the world, you cannot coach.
You cannot coach, yeah.
That is the same, eh? It's very similar comparison.
Yeah, and I think that's, if you translate that to paddle literally and you compare what the current situation is that in the federation here in the Netherlands, they have like these, what's it called, like playing days. So what they do is you there's like an event and you go to the event and then you play and you get selected.
It's called foreplay, right? Or was this a random joke which I wasn't supposed to make?
I mean, the literal translation is actually before playing days.
Thank you.
Okay.
But so it's basically an event and you play against other people who want to join the coaching academy, which is the official license, which you actually don't need to give lessons because a lot of the people that are coaching here for a long time, they do not have that certification, but they want it. Or I mean, they don't need it, but it would look nice. But the problem is that a lot of these players sometimes that come and they get selected, if we compare it to golf, they would just be beginners in some sense.
No, but it's. I think it also has to do. The federation recognizes the need to have more coaches, which is good
Yeah, but
because the more coaches you have.
That's good. Yeah.
I mean, in that way, it's tough, man, to find a solution because there is a high demand for coaches everywhere. I mean, there are still places that are looking for coaches. I mean, there are advertisements every day on Instagram. A coach needs in Cyprus. A coach needed in Indonesia. A coach needed in Dubai. A coach. I mean, there is the demand.
There is, but probably that when you look at the padel these days, that's like a subject which is not really nice balanced.
No.
I mean, in my opinion, because what you were saying, I did the same course for, I don't know, 20 weeks. And it's nice to have. It's
That
nice
was
to learn.
a course
from the federation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a licensed padel coach, which doesn't say anything because you learn the skills, or they try to learn you the skills, the didactic skills and whatever, and where you should hit the ball and everything. So it's nice for a beginner to give lessons to a beginner. But I think you should be aware of the game yourself and the way you're playing. Because I learned more in that course about my own game than I actually learned about giving lessons. Because, I mean, I'm a guy with a character. The way I would give a lesson would probably be totally different than somebody who says everything according to the book. Yeah. Because I don't like the book. I mean, it's important what's in the book, but you can put it on court in different ways. And they should be more critical maybe sometimes about that. That there are more options than just the straight road to a license.
Yeah. It's not a simple subject, but what you are describing is, I always like to say, we are more than coaches, we are entertainers.
Yeah.
I like to think of me as I'm an entertainer. I'm part of this circus, and just like clowns, there are many different clowns. There are different humors on clowns. There is the sarcastic clown. There is the boring clown. There is the I wanna be clown, but you're not funny. And there is the clown that is super funny.
Let's call him by name. His name is
There is
Andy.
a clown from Cirque du Soleil that makes you cry. He doesn't say a word, and I mean, I've been in tears in some shows of Cirque du Soleil because I'm a big fan. And to me, that's what we are. We are entertainers, man. And
that's a good metaphor.
And the way to deliver what I want to deliver can be in so many different ways.
No, but being a clown is good, but that's exactly what it is, because we, or a trainer or a coach, you want to entertain your clients or your customers.
Your audience.
Yeah, because your audience are the guys on court who try to learn something.
Small audience, but
it's not about
difficult.
you. It's about them.
Yes.
You're just an instrument for them, or which can be used to teach them something. And when you put on your red nose, you actually get their attention better, probably.
Yeah, and I think the entertainer, the being entertainers comment comes also from,
Who do you think, for you, apart from the Argentinian coach you were mentioned earlier, who
are your idols? Who do you look up to?
Yeah.
Examples?
For me, to be honest, I think, I admire many people in the business for different reasons, but for me, I wish everyone will take the time to get to know them and to meet them, because it's possible. You just have to book your flight. But Jorge Nicolini, which is in Argentina, and actually he used to be business partners with Horacio Alvarez Clemente. Right. Then they, like many business partners, didn't get along. Lucky for the world of padel, one stayed in Argentina and one went to Europe. And Horacio has coached, I think, every player from the past generation. Now he's not in the sauce, but I think to me, there is no one better than him.
And why?
And he's in Madrid.
What makes him so good? He's
just amazing, man. I mean, I don't know his age exactly, but I think he's around 60. Basically, the guy, I think, is the only guy I know that has really lived for this. Like, padel is everything for him. And I'll tell you a funny story. The reason why we spin is thanks to him.
What do you mean,
Spinning
in the corner.
It's thanks to him. Yeah, because padel wasn't invented with when the ball comes close to your inner leg and cross court, you spin. No, they used to move away, crash against the glass, and this is the guy that said, "Hey, a moment here. What about if we turn around?"
Yeah.
I mean, this is the guy why we play the way we play. This is the guy that invented the fucking bandeja. This is the guy. I mean, we have to all be licking his ass.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I did
Sven?
not actually.
Yeah.
No.
No, neither
Yeah.
did I.
If I ever hear Bandeja, I think Bella, but Bella probably has
Yeah,
it
but
from...
Bella's a player. But this guy has coached, I think, every player there is that famous. He's been with him. The thing is now you have all these coaches that, I mean, if I ask you randomly, who is John Sand's coach?
Solingo?
I don't know. I don't even know. But I mean, it's hard to follow, because now there are so many coaches
Yeah.
out there. And, Horacio, everyone has had a piece of Horacio in some point in their career. So to me,
He's like the Beatles, so everybody's using some
And
things.
for me, I spend enough time with him, and I just love the guy. Of course, there are other coaches that I also admire. For example, I really like Ovides' style. Not only what he teaches, but also mainly the way he conveys the message to players. I mean, he has a lot of left hand, I said. He's fun to get, you feel good to get corrected by him. And I think that's very important also because, you can have the right answers, Sven, but if you don't know how to
say
convey that message to him.
Yeah, from the videos, I want to get into that as well because you're very famous on the... we got 5 DMs actually because we posted a story about you and I was like, hey, I know that guy, I've seen him somewhere.
Okay.
But Rodrigo Vida makes a lot of videos as well and we talked to him very briefly at Premier Padel Rotterdam.
Okay.
Because he was there.
Amazing guy, I mean,
very relaxed, and I could indeed get what you're saying with the way that he probably teaches is very soft. So he doesn't say like, "Hey, do this, do that." Boom. It's very to the person.
Very
Maybe someone
constructive.
needs it to be heard and say, "Hey, okay, come on, you have to really correct this," or maybe a little bit more aggressive. But it seems like a really nice guy. I don't know him, but.
Yeah, I mean, they are. And, now we have, I think, this transition that all these players that maybe 4 or 5 years ago were still active, now they are becoming coaches like Nerone, Reca. I mean, they are amazing. And, I think the reason why players choose them, back to square one, because they have been there.
You have to know the pain.
They have been there.
You have to know.
They have eaten that shit that you are eating right now.
Yeah.
They have suffered that fucking problems you're having when traveling.
Yeah.
They know exactly what it feels. So don't bring me a book and tell me you need to play this shot because it's wide open to the fence. Yeah, and if the guy comes, the book doesn't say anything about this. Yeah, but these guys talk from they've been in that battlefield.
Yeah,
I
and then
think
maybe
that's
it's
very
more.
important.
Then it's more about that they are like empathetic coaches, so that they can place themselves in the position of the player, so that they can have some more understanding. And then it's not about how to play a bandeja or whatever, because everybody can play a bandeja on that level, but it's more about how you keep your focus and how you can change the game within the game. And they will accept it because they know that coach also was a player.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's the process now. I think, for example, players like, I can't wait, and I don't know if this is true, but I know as a fan that Sancho will become a coach.
Yeah.
He's just basically waiting to finish his career, and I can't wait to see what he has to say. Not about knowledge, of course, but already all those guys on tour, man, it's like tennis. They all play amazing. I mean, what are you going to teach Paquito? What are you going to teach Mourinho? It's difficult. Maybe choices. When they choose, when they execute, how they execute it. Yeah, and then it's all about mental. It's about how they are, how motivated they get, how well they play in the important moments. Because everyone has every shot at that level. So for me, the insight that someone like Sancho can give, I can't wait to see it.
We saw Sancho at Premier Padel Rotterdam, and actually now that you're saying it, it's really obvious because Sancho is more the veteran, but he's because he was coaching Alfonso more on the tactical side and saying because whenever they were like together talking, it was only Sancho talking, and it was Alfonso going, yes.
And good for Alfonso to be humble, because you have also these young guys that. They don't respect these guys. Yeah. Also because, for example, Lamperti, I'm sure he has a lot of insight to give. Mm-hmm. He's not performing well. Well, he's 46. Yeah. You should be like, again, you should be saying, Lamperti.
Thank you.
Lamperti, I mean, look at you. He's amazing. He's the oldest guy on tour. 46. He's still there. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But
still in the main draw.
Sometimes the players are not humble enough to listen to them. And good for Alfonso. He shouldn't say a word when he's speaking. He should just be quiet.
No, but he actually listens too, because you see him in the next rally. You see him execute what Sancho is telling him. Yeah. I mean, I think that was Sancho telling him because he did something different.
That's because we use mics when we're playing, and I thought we have a player here, Noah Checki, and I was talking to him last week, and I said I want to put a mic on you during the match. I mean, he's not Premier Padel level, but just interesting for the regular players to see, okay, what do they discuss? Because that's also a thing. If I play with someone else, for instance, we played briefly one set, and we didn't really talk much because we were winning, but...
Rub it on his face.
But no, it would be interesting to see on what kind of levels they're talking. Well, like, I think they're only, maybe you could also give some insight, because you're not talking about technique, but you're
Not
mostly
really.
talking about, okay, what is his weak side? What do we need to push? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, the biggest mistake you can do when talking to your partner is to give them a technical, feedback. Never. I mean, if you get feedback, yes, during matches, is tactical or emotional, and hopefully, it's not, bad energy. Even if the guy's having, I always say, Wessel doesn't miss because he wants to piss me off. Maybe he's missing a lot. If I understand from day one that he doesn't miss to piss me off, he's already feeling bad enough that he cannot make the return. So if I, on top of that, go like, imagine how he's going to feel. So instead, I have to say, come on, man, don't worry. Maybe move back a little bit. Yeah, okay. Okay, next one, just put it in play, Let's try to get in the point. Yeah, like, it's a lot about that. I mean, but I think understanding something so simple as you don't miss to piss me off. I don't think so. If you do that, then you need to go to a psychologist. Yeah, but I think if we will understand that, and also from juniors, if they say, look, your partner didn't make that mistake to piss you off. I can assure you that. So if you know that, the only thing that is left is be supportive. Yeah. Go there and say, hey, man, don't worry. And also learning how to break the stress, no? Sometimes you don't need to be so serious. For example, I like to sometimes throw a joke and say, for example, if he's missing a lot, saying, we cannot play any worse, huh? What a fucking day. Hey, let's try to turn it around, huh? Yeah. And then you go and go to your corner, I think that's a part of the game that not only at the high level, but I think even more at the recreational level should happen more.
No, but also, I mean, without saying a word and using body language is also, I mean, it can be positive or it can be negative. I mean, when people don't even say a word, they just do something with their eyebrows or whatever.
And it's not easy, man. For example, this is also a good question, to the audience. Do you practice that? Because what do you think? Their attitude just comes from Santa Claus?
Do you practice it?
Yeah, practice it. I mean, what about tomorrow when you guys play? You say, hey, look, today I'm gonna be all positive, non-verbal expressions will be positive or neutral. Okay.
It's very interesting because the last 3 weeks I haven't been playing really nice. I mean, the trainings were good, but the matches were really shit. But Sven keeps on being positive. Even to a certain point that I think, how can you still be so positive? Because after a match, then he says, oh, it was a nice game. And I think, yeah, for the three of you, I was having a really shit day. But he just keeps on being the positive guy, which actually gives me a better feeling about myself and gives me more motivation to try to refine myself on court. And then it works for 3 points. And then I go back into my depression. But still,
and then we repeat.
But every time, because I actually tell you, I thank you that you keep on being positive, because I really need that.
You're getting too emotional here, guys.
But this is what makes a team a good team. That you can support each other, you can compliment each other, you can also give feedback maybe on things that are important, but not always with the right intention. That's the thing.
Yeah, and then, I think with experience, for example, next time he has 3 weeks of bad playing, maybe you are going to his 4th week of bad playing, he's on his way. So then you can say, for example, a phrase that I like to use is to say, hey, look, we play with what we got today. You don't have that many weapons today, you don't feel good, it's okay, man. We do what we can do with what we have. let's have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a good time, and then if we lose, nothing happens. If we win, also nothing happens. Life stays the same. So can we do what we can with what we have?
I think the phrase you said was
Do what you can.
do what you can
With what you have.
With what you
For
have.
example, it's like I go to war. Yeah. I imagine right now they call us. There is a alien invasion. We don't have weapons, guys. So I take the microphone. I take this off. I take my backpack. I take my toothbrush, and I tell you, dude, that's what we got.
Yeah.
Let's go fight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna fight because I don't have the grenades, and I'm waiting for the shipping from Russia with the guns.
The blasters.
I mean, come on, dude.
Plasma guns.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna refuse the fight? Are we gonna fight and enjoy and then see what
use
happens?
what you have.
So the funny thing is, I always say something else, but it's exactly the same for me in my head. If I keep digging through the sentences, we're now playing Champions League, which I come from a football
You
background.
said it this morning.
Yeah, so that's more or less like why am I being frustrated with a backhand or a forehand not working or maybe making a mistake? And I think about that and I'm like, okay, 1.5 hours of playing, and we're gonna laugh again, and we're gonna and it's like, okay, knowing that is going to happen, what am I worrying about? And I keep coming back to that. That's why I also have more respect for the players who do compete for the top, because then you cannot say, I'm not playing Champions League, because they are.
You are, yeah.
So I'm actually really curious what their mental game is like, because actually Coelho is now making vlogs, really nice vlogs.
Yeah, you told me. I haven't checked them.
So you get an insight on what his life is like. And when you see him train and be with Tapia, they're just having fun. Like they want to keep it.
Yeah, with discipline, of course. Doing the work they are supposed to do.
But they're laughing and they're like friends.
Yeah, that's important, man.
And it's really, really nice to see that they have a connection, because a lot of people think, okay, they might break up because Tapia's he's not being the best this year compared to last year. But in some way, Coelho is dragging him in. Like Tapia goes for a smash. It doesn't go out fully, so it goes out by 4, and then Coelho he says encanta.
Me encanta. Yeah,
But
like
he
I
likes
love
to
it.
I love it.
I love it.
So keep going for it. That's also something.
Yeah, encouragement.
Because if you are Tapia, you think, oh, I just hit a bad shot, but your partner is saying, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also maybe it's because of the choice. You understand? At that level, they cheer you up. If the choice was correct, maybe the execution wasn't, because you are not a robot. But they care a lot about, okay, we build the point, the lob was high enough, you're set, go for it.
Yeah, the choice is
the
more
shot.
important.
Is the shot that follows the play. Now you mishit it. Well, no problem. But I would say, hey,
good choice.
good. That's what we're looking for. That's the cherry of the cake. We got it. You didn't need it. That's fine. Yeah. But we continue with that. Yeah. So that's important. I mean, the choices at the right time, at the right moment. Then the execution is a different animal. The execution can be terrible sometimes. But you still have to go with the choice, I think. And you said something really important now, that they were laughing. And I think that's something we need to apply to everything. For example, I coach, I have a degree, a college degree, actually 2 degrees. I do coaching because I want to, because I love it. Otherwise, because I don't see myself being in working for a company 9 to 5 in a cubicle. If I have to do it one day, I will. But I'm hoping not to have to do it, because that's not something I like. But I think we should be fair in that way to everything. For example, if I'm working with someone and I'm not having fun, not the first day I don't have fun, but if for a while you don't have fun, I think I'm in all my right to say, hey, look, it's not working. So I'm going to move on. In relationships, if we're not having fun, man, I mean, you are young, and this is for you for personal life. You have a girlfriend. Maybe you love her. Maybe everything seems great. But if one day you are not enjoying, you have to be honest, dude. Instead of staying there, because that's the mistake we make.
Yeah, we try to, we hope that something is going
we try,
back.
or we fake it, as in we try to find, I am okay. Yeah, no, I'm happy. Yeah, it's fun. No, it's not. No, and it's okay, man, to say, look,
Your
I'm not
boundaries are
enjoying this.
getting.
So I think that's something I'm very loyal to, and that's why maybe some people say, "Oh, Gabo is so, changes his mind a lot." Yeah, of course I do, because I only live once, and I'm not gonna be. I don't care what you think of me. I care about what is good for me, and living my life to the fullest. Yeah.
Great.
This is
That's a really nice.
I wanna make a switch from, because we're talking about top players. You're not only coaching top players because you're doing camps, and then there are sometimes beginners.
Yeah, I would say my coaching is mainly amateurs,
Yeah.
I'm an entertainer. Remember?
I know, but how do you approach an amateur? So somebody who has been playing paddle for 4 months and 2 days.
Well, it depends. I mean, many of the players have backgrounds, as in you have, for example, table tennis. Also, paddle in that way is a very kind sport, as in you can play pretty good, quite like in a couple of months you can get to a nice club level. So I think for me the main thing, or I would say what I enjoy regardless of the level is, are you hiring me or contacting me because you really want to train, regardless of your level? I have had all kinds of levels and I love them all. But for me, it's more the attitude of the player. I mean, the reason why, your purpose. And that's why, I have a little bit of trouble coaching kids, because that kid doesn't come to Gabo because he wants to come to Gabo. Not always. It's the father. The father is busy, needs to go shopping, grocery shopping, and I happen to be a coach at that club, and he books a lesson for his kid with me. That I don't like.
No, because then the motivation is not.
Well, there is no purpose.
No.
I mean, for me, that's the question. What is your purpose? I don't care if you suck. I don't care if you cannot see the ball. But if you have a good attitude, we will have fun. And I enjoy it. I mean, in that way, I think I'm a bit crazy, because some people tell me, how can you have fun with this group? I mean, they were like, bad. I'm like, yeah, but and they are like, it looks like you're having fun. I mean, how do you fake it so well? I'm like, I'm not faking it.
No.
I actually enjoy it, because they want to learn. And sometimes, sometimes people that are lower level listen better than people that are higher level. In that way, it's a bit...
I learned that in the course, because people on high levels think they can do everything better.
Well, many times. High level. Top player at his club that probably cannot get a game from the coach, and he is like, I know this. Oh, no, what he's saying is not important. No, I don't think I agree with him. It's like, dude, seriously?
That's not Alfonso then.
No.
Because he's listening.
But I mean, for me, basically, I love all levels as long as they have a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, skill can be different, man. I mean, some people have more skill, some people have less skill, some people learn faster, some people less slower. Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's totally
that
fine.
Makes it interesting too. I mean, that makes every student different, right? I mean, they're never the same.
No, I always tell my students, especially the lower level, I say, look, you are the reason why I learn so much. Because when you are so bad that you challenge me to come up with not one analogy, but 20, so you can understand that your elbow needs to be here instead of there, thanks to you, I have designed many ways of explaining someone, and I know one of those ways that I try with you, that I learn from you, it will click. So then I am who I am. I am the coach I am because of all these people, man. More for the people that were challenging to me. Like, oh, shit, I went home and I'm like, fuck it.
How can I explain
How can
this?
I tell them to pivot, man? How can I tell them to turn the core? And that's what makes you a better coach. Not the guy that I said, Wessel, do this. And Wessel, boom, push it. Okay? Wessel, por tres. It's like, dude, the guy is everything I ask for, he does it right away. That guy is not teaching me anything.
No.
I enjoy it so much also. But for me, I'm thankful to those players that are difficult to get something, because that's where the learning is.
So what your learning is, yeah.
Yes, that's where, that's like where I call it going to high school, university. Those are the guys. Yeah, the others are just, it's too easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I think the aspect of coaching and not saying, okay, I know enough, so keep learning, keep developing. You actually said something, I think last night or this morning, that you were also going maybe to Oviedo just to train for yourself.
Yes.
It's also very interesting.
Yeah. I think going to just see coaches and not only just to do my 2 hours and then I go. No. What I do is I train because I like to exercise. I like exercising, and then what I do is I stay at the club.
Yeah, you can watch.
I got coffee. Maybe sometimes I take notes or not because sometimes I have that capacity of I see and I keep it here. Then when I go home, maybe I do some notes, but I like to hang out. I mean, I'm a club guy. I mean, you can see this. Yeah. I mean, yesterday, how many hours we were here? Then we got here at 9 a.m. today. We're going to be here until 7 and tomorrow more. I mean, for me, if the club...
But that's also a very important aspect of padel. I mean, the whole community, the whole social thing, the whole having good conversations, having drinks, having laughters, watching other people play. I mean... You could spend you could spend every day on a club and have a really good time.
Yeah, and that's also something that, for example, again, back to the coaching aspect, a lot of coaches that I think is a very good sign that they don't coach by passion is the guy that comes to the club, gives his lesson, bye-bye.
Yeah.
He has a lesson from 10 to 12. At 12:01, he's gone. I mean, I think a coach that loves his job, stays around, sticks around, talks to the customers, watches the customers. I mean,
and recognizes the customers.
Remembers the
customers.
name. I mean, you care, mate.
Yeah. I was giving a lesson to somebody in the beginning, and then it ended. And then you come to the club and you see them play, and you go watch them, and then they see you watch, and then they're like, "Oh wow, my coach is watching." While I'm thinking I'm a lousy coach, but it doesn't matter. And then afterwards, when they finished, you go to them. And he said, I saw you play, it went really well, didn't it? And then they're really actually happy because you give them attention and acknowledgement and everything. And that's so easy. I mean,
it is. I mean, you are also a club guy, like I said. You guys are, I mean, you are more hours here than...
Man, I think. Since I started, actually, we haven't even talked about where we are today, but I think that's a good
location.
Nice, so we're actually sitting today at Home Padel Club in Hoofddorp.
Incredible.
Yeah. Have you? Because you have been to the Netherlands before, right? Or not?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
So just to give some insight for our non-Dutchies, I think this is one of the biggest clubs in the Netherlands.
I think
in the top 5.
Probably in Europe,
size-wise.
Yeah, in the Benelux.
In the Benelux, yeah. But the thing I'm mostly, which is why we come back here, is because the quality is insane. I mean, you have seen it for yourself. Have you seen similar things like this?
Well, to be honest, it reminds me a lot of Ledap that used to be in Stockholm. Actually,
it was closed, right?
Actually, since that club closed, I let's say that I haven't found my mojo since that club closed. It's been a lot of changes since that, and I think it's a very similar club. That one had 16 courts, a nice bar. The owners were super nice, Giovanni and Janet. I mean, it was just a beautiful club, but it was impossible to sustain.
Well, maybe this is a question I just made up, but can you tell us something about what happened in Sweden with all the courts and everything, and because it was like booming, and then what happened?
I think it's not only in Sweden, man. I mean, of course, Sweden was one of the biggest. It became one of the main countries, I think, because when COVID hit, Sweden was the jungle. As in, there were no restrictions. They were able to do a normal life when we all were on a lockdown. Yeah. So I think, because of that, padel was one of the things that they didn't have rules, because the government wouldn't take responsibility for the businesses that were padel. So then they said, let's continue. Then what happened is the courts were booked from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fully booked.
I mean, there were no courts, man. So then, but that's attached to something that I don't think is Sweden. I think, and we were discussing this morning, my experience is a lot of people that likes padel, there's a lot of people that are passionate about the game, they decide to open a club, but they know nothing. I always compare it to, I love food, but I don't even know how to make a coffee on one of these,
I can show you
commercial
after.
machines. So imagine Gabo saying, Sven, guess what? Tomorrow I'm going to open a coffee shop. Oh, really, Gabo? What do you know about coffee shop?
I don't know.
Nothing. I just love coffee. Oh, okay. Good.
Very
How do you think the
one-dimensional.
business is gonna go?
Yeah.
Probably shit. But for some reason, in padel, they are like, no, yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, open a club. Yeah, and actually, at that time, they thought, oh, I'm smart. It works. Yeah, it works because anything would have worked at that time.
There wasn't anything else.
Yeah. Then first, what happened is some clubs had a ceiling that was 6 meters. Of course, those when this, booming pandemic, whatever time, wasn't there anymore.
They were the first to go.
They were the first ones to go. Then there were too many courts for the demand there was.
Yeah.
Then the prices also were very high, so they started coming down. And then I think one of the biggest things now is they were used to like, oh, I open the courts and they will get full just by doing nothing, just by opening the door.
Now there's competition.
Yeah. Well, now people are also more aware of padel. They know more about the game. So, now it's like I tell you, Sven, yeah, your club is awesome. Yeah, 17 courts. Yeah, panoramic courts. Yeah, good for you. Why should I go to your club? What are you giving me? I mean,
what is your
are
unique
you finding
selling
me good
point?
Players? Your Americanos are someone is taking care of the level. Your camps are invitational. The tournament that I sign up is fair. The level, now people wonder. Yeah, now they have options. Yeah. So
we talked to some club owners on the podcast, and we actually discussed and came to the same thing, which was that at some point in the Netherlands there are going to be more options, and people are going to say, "Hey, this is my preference." So, for instance, if let's say we have another club right next door here, also 17 courts, the same idea, same quality, whatever. But for instance, here they have an extra gym, they have flexible workspaces, they have
more to offer.
Good protein shakes,
Unique
whatever.
selling points. Yeah.
Exactly.
Then people are going to do or going to choose this club over the other one, and that's where I think because we knew or we know the one of the old directors of Premier Padel Rotterdam. He was also on the podcast, and he told us that one of the clubs that has the in the church in Arnhem.
Yeah.
So they bought a court from Sweden.
Yeah.
Because that was, I mean, they were selling the courts there because people chose different clubs, and maybe some just failed to get their courts full, and then so they bought courts over there to get them here. Yeah. But I think at some point we will get it here in the Netherlands as well.
Actually, the church, the Holy Padel.
Holy Padel, it's called Holy Padel.
Is really a nice example of a small club, because there are 3 courts probably.
Yeah, 3 courts.
One single court, but there's a gym which is amazing, and the owners really spend time, give attention to everything around it. So the showers are perfect.
Yes, that's important.
You can lounge, and it's like luxury chairs and everything, and of course the location, but it's very small and it's unique. So that's exactly for me what a club should be like.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. I have this. I like to always think a little bit outside the box, and I'm very strong in giving opinions. And I think for me, I think padel will become 3 different kinds of clubs. Like this one, I call it a party club. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing what they have done in less than a year. I mean, all the courts being full. Yesterday, amazing party with DJ, drinks. I never seen so many waiters, because in Spain we're used to 100 people, 1 waiter, because the government cannot afford it. It's terrible. So here, I was like, wow, everyone had a waiter, basically.
8 people behind the bar.
It's incredible. Yeah. So this place, to me, is one style of club that will succeed. Then I think the other one is one that doesn't exist, and I hope I will be the first one to open it, which is a coaching point. It's a concept, which is you love padel, you want to get more serious with it, you are tired of the camps where you go drink bullshit, and it's fun also. But this is a different product where you come and you spend maybe there training 3-4 hours a day, and you get video analysis. The club is small, maybe 1 court even. Yeah, but you go there and you're treated like a machine.
Full focus on paddle.
Yeah. For at least for those 4 hours. Yeah. But it's not just the lesson, man. It's everything, and to the point that, like in golf, I can get my customized golf clubs if I want. I travel, and it's a whole experience, mate. They put me in a classroom, they connect me to computers, they look at my swing, and I suck. But they still treat me like a robot. So why in paddle we cannot have the same for rackets? Hey, your speed, your arm speed and acceleration is this much. So you need a racket top heavy because, and then your feeling of the ball is this. So you need this carbon and this foam. I mean, why we think so small and we don't think like golf?
Yeah, but then you're making it more, and I think we talked about this earlier, maybe a year ago. That is like the acceleration of paddle to make it more sometimes a niche, or to attract certain kind of players who have a very strong purpose and who really want to become better players. And you also have to be there for them, because if you don't do that, then everything is going to be the same. And then it's going to be like, oh, I'm going to a camp. Yeah, we're going to have 3 times 2 hours. Then we're going to lunch. Then we're going to eat. And we're going to the club. And tomorrow morning we are all hungover.
Yeah, and then
blah, blah.
these coaching points sound to me like boring, or maybe you think it's only for competition players. But no, I think for someone recreational, it's a great option, because what do you get as a recreational player if you play better? You get more enjoyment.
Yeah.
More people call you. Your phone rings more. You can join, more cool tournaments. You can play, like you said yesterday, the people that are not so experienced, they were on course 17. The people that were more experienced, they were on course 1.
Yeah.
It's not the same feeling.
No.
I like to play when people are drinking and watching.
Yeah.
And when I hit
like
a
that
good
too.
shot, I look and when if I'm in 17, I hit a great shot, the same shot, I look and there's no one.
Yeah. That's funny that you say that.
It's not the same tournament
No.
for that guy that was on course 1 than from the lady that was on course 17.
We should put them on court number 1.
No, it's not that. No, they should improve.
I know. But it's always the good players also always get the attention, right?
Oh, that's true.
Which makes
but
sense.
it's just an example. For me, it's basically why people should care about improving.
Yeah.
I think it's because you will enjoy more the game. I mean, that's what I like to tell them. Listen,
So we have the party club, we have the coaching club, and what's number 3?
Number 3 is what they do to me in golf in Asia, which is machines. You have, for example, juniors, a club that develops players. I don't think we have that in paddle yet, man. Like in tennis, where you go to academies, you live there, you study there, you have a nutritionist, you have a physio, you have
Almost
everything.
like college almost.
And, for example, in Asia, you have, 10 people with a putting hole, and they go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again. I mean, paddle is repetition, man. Pure repetition. Why the academies are not in that point yet, where, everyone is doing forehand volleys, 300 repetitions today. Okay. Now we have ball machines. We don't need coaches to be fitting. But the mindset is not there yet.
No.
But I think that will be the future of this game, man. Especially if money keeps increasing. Because, now the players are moving around 1.5 million, the top players.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad from what we used to be. Yeah, but hopefully it gets to the point that it's worth for parents to say, hey, I want my kid to be a professional paddle player because he's going to have a good life.
And then you have to offer that kid something to improve his game. And then he can go party in the party club. He can go to the coaching club for 4 hours of focus, and he can go to the academy to spend the rest of his life.
Sometimes I feel bad for Bella or Lima, because they started from the beginning, but
let's say they were underpaid, but I think that's why it's important that you say this. I think it's important to give them that credit always.
Yeah.
And I don't think they did it for the money. They did it for the passion.
No,
for
sure not.
No.
Because they didn't make money at that time.
I mean,
let's be straight. I mean, Belastagin is very well financed. He doesn't need to worry. He has his own club in Barcelona.
Two.
Which one just recently opened?
In Dubai,
I think.
no? He opened something in Dubai, I think.
No, he had one.
Or somewhere in the Middle East. Yeah, he opened like a Bella Center, I think. Well, it doesn't matter. But I mean, but you're talking about the best player ever. I mean, he's compared to Federer. I think Federer's finances.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Bella is just maybe close to, I don't know, 10 million or even 10 million.
But that's because of the exposure of the sport.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Hopefully paddle gets to that point. I think it could get there because people love the game everywhere, globally.
For you, Belastagin is the best player of all time?
It's my favorite, man.
Okay.
One of my favorites.
Is it the best player of all time in your opinion?
I think now, to me, when I see Tapia, I think that guy is not normal.
Yeah.
Like, also everything, he's humble.
Yeah.
He's likable. He's athletic. He plays beautiful. He does show. I mean, he does everything, man. I think he plays slow. He plays fast. He can play with a broken shoulder, no problem. I don't have a smash. I don't care. I go to war with what I have, and he still wins. I mean, to me, he's amazing. But I think Bella, to me, is more than the best player ever. I think he's the guy that changed. I mean, I think that's why padel is what it is today.
Yeah.
Just as maybe LeBron and Galán, to me, they were like the Nadal of tennis. They made everyone
Better.
realize that, okay, so padel is also about fitness. I cannot have a belly anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks LeBron and Galán. Yeah, now we have to have a six-pack.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's crazy, man, the guys. I mean, Garrido.
Yeah.
All these guys.
They're fit.
And they are, it's not like they are doing amazing. I mean, they are, but in the level. But they are training as hard as a tennis player.
Yeah.
Now there is no joke. Like now you cannot even say, I'm going to teach some lessons and also play the tour. That cannot be anymore.
You have to be full time.
And I mean, Tolito, amazing, man. Hats off for Tolito.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have a six-pack yet, but he lost weight. He went into fitness. And it's not about the six-pack. I'm just saying he said, okay, I need to be fit to be able to break through.
We actually talked with our distributor, and he said that I think it was 100 kilos, and he got down to 80, but he still needs to lose a little bit more. But indeed, it's not about. I mean, he basically has a backpack on of 20 kilos, 25 kilos. So
but it's the awareness is there now. And I think there will always be players that will be game changers. I think. It's like now in tennis, Yannick and Alcaraz will change the next generation, man. Everything is bam, bam, bam. They don't back up one step. It's everything bam, 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 which I think padel will go more to, more playing out of the air. Faster game as in, not faster shots. Faster, less time in between shots.
Tuck.
That's good to say. Because there's a difference between fast shots and...
Well, it's like the other day I heard a guy saying, no, padel is changing. We have to be careful also how we communicate things. He said, no, padel soon is not going to be about the glass. Because everything is playing front. And it's true. A lot of the game is playing front now. I mean, the players on purpose, they don't want you to use the glass at that level. But be careful. You don't want to use the glass, but if you have to, you are extremely familiar with how to use it. Because then you have amateurs coming to me and saying, no, Gabo, we don't need to do glass. I don't need to be so good in the corners because now I take everything early. That's what the guy said. Yeah, but he said it wrong. He should say, once you have a strong foundation on the glass, then we're going to work on the tactic aspect of the game that is changing, is evolving. So now we need to let the ball pass less. But if I have to let it pass, I know exactly what to do. And
it's
I think
an extra option, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have to have the foundation.
Because I remember that Paquito and Sonyo said that they would like to change the pace of the court because, I mean, if you look at Augsburger, there's literally no court on this planet where he cannot smash it.
I mean, that question for you now, from me. What would you do? What would you do? I mean, will you leave padel as it is, or will you change something? And what would it be, that thing that you change? I mean, give me 2 things, 3 things you will change that are realistic, eh?
Yeah.
Don't tell me we will play in the moon now.
No. Golden point.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
No, I would do golden point.
You will do golden
Only
point.
golden
Okay.
point.
Why?
Because it requires another mindset. And then the points become more important. So when it's 15-40, you have like 3 break points instead of 2. So it's more mental thing.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sven, you're up.
He said the easy one. He paid for the cheap breakfast.
Thank you.
I paid dinner yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I would actually, I wouldn't really change the courts or anything because, I've never played tennis, but what I can appreciate from tennis is the different surfaces, and I really like that. Nadal was very good on clay. Someone else was very good on grass.
You got the hardcore guys.
and it's a totally different thing, and I think that's really nice. But the thing is, like, if let's say we have 10 Augsburgers now on the tour, and you're really gonna see a difference in play style, as in it's only going to be fast, high lobs. He's gonna smash everything away. Like, I wouldn't like to watch that. It's nice that Augsburger is like solely doing this on his own. You have great smashers like Cuello, Tapia, Galan, LeBron. But I like it to have like one guy who's totally different. For instance, we watched Bergamini, who's, by the way, he's actually 1 meters 10. Jesus Christ, that guy is small.
He's good.
But how he's playing is like, it's a little bit similar as Chingo.
Yes.
But I don't want 10 Chingos on the tour. I want one Chingo because it's fun. Because then if we watch 2 matches, semifinals, I'm going to have 2 completely different matches where they're going to try and play each other out of their weaknesses. And, so I think I wouldn't change anything other than the golden point rule.
Really?
No rackets.
What would you...
For me, I think the golden point is great. I think for show, it's more fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember sometimes watching on TV and then I heard, okay, golden point, and then I would stop whatever I was doing.
Yeah.
Even if I was cooking eggs and they were get a little bit burned, I didn't care. I was like, okay,
golden point.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun and you learn a lot from the mindset. So that's good. I will do, and actually I think it's good for business also. I will put, the course have 4 meters in the back.
Yeah.
But then it comes like this and it has 3 meters. Mm-hmm. I will sell the 4 meters fence. Because, clubs will be upset. But then you just have to say, look, the professional core, we have added this. You can buy it. You just need to add it. You don't need to change the core. You don't need to be mad at me because now your core is not official. You just need to buy this.
You want to make it
higher.
You
need to install it. Yeah, 4 meters all the way.
All the way. That's what Sonio said as well. Sonio said
4 meters all the way.
Yeah.
And then I think one serve.
Yeah, that's something
will be good. Because, the fact that you serve on their hand, come on, man. I mean, it shouldn't be, I think one serve is enough.
But is table tennis one serve as well?
Yeah. That's what I was
I think it gives a little bit more chance to the defensive players, no?
I've always been annoyed, even when I was watching tennis. I never understood why you got 2 opportunities to put the ball into the game.
Yeah, but I will answer that to you in tennis. It's so difficult to serve.
Yeah, but then you have to practice.
No, but
but it's like you telling me now. Listen, I'm gonna give you an analogy of my. You know how I am. It's like you telling me that par 3 in golf should be a hole in one because you can reach the hole.
Yeah.
No, man, it's so difficult to put it in the hole.
No, but what I mean with the tennis, because you have when you have your first serve, you can take risks and you can try to play very sharp or whatever. And if it doesn't work, well, you always have your second serve. So
it's so difficult.
Yeah. I know, but it's strange that you get 2 opportunities to put the ball
I will
into
tell
the
you
game.
more technical. If paddle, if the motion of a paddle serve would be here, I think having 2 serves will be fair.
Because it's difficult.
Because it's from here.
Yeah, it's you only have to put the ball into the game.
Let's not talk about who has a good serve, who has a bad serve.
No.
To get the point started, it's very easy.
Yeah.
I think everyone can do that. So one serve is enough. I think.
Yeah.
That's what I will change. And then a 4-1 regarding rackets manufacture. I think they can do something to the rackets, more than the ball, to the rackets, man.
What do you mean?
As in, well, I don't know, maybe for example a smaller racket. Because what are the rackets doing nowadays? I mean, why the players almost let the racket take it from the bottom?
Yeah. Paquito has a longer window, I know.
Yeah, well, all of them. Yeah, but still, it's 45 centimeters. Yeah, it cannot be longer. But why do they have that technical thing that they drop it to the point that because they do more? How you call it?
Pronation.
Yeah, pronation, but the racket is longer, so it helps me more, which still is very difficult to do. But I think if there will be a rule from the FIP saying, okay, the rackets will be a little bit smaller. That would be fun.
I would like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been to. I mean,
yeah, why not?
There's a guy in this club. He has his own brand, and he has kids racket, which is the first time I've ever seen
You're kidding me.
those rackets, but the rackets are really small. So I had one of these rackets, and I was looking at the racket. I was like, "What the fuck is this?
No, but
Like, it's so small."
I know, but when you teach kids, you sometimes people make the mistake they give them adult rackets, which are too heavy for them to carry. So I was using them too, but I find them nice in the hand. I mean, maybe they are a little bit light.
I don't know. I mean, it's just an idea, but I think, don't you think it would be fun? I mean, to make it just so the game is, it's still powerful, but it will be a little bit more challenging for those kind of shows, because what are the guys taking advantage of the game, if we can say that nowadays? The guys that have better physics, because for example Chingoto has a beautiful motion for portres and for a smash. I mean, you have seen it.
Yeah.
But he's not tall, and that is not fixable. No. He cannot say, okay, I'm gonna work on get to 180. You can't fix that. No. So, but we can fix the rackets, and then if Axburger still hits amazing with that small racket, well, that's fair. He's very skillful. He adjusted to this. He's still extremely skillful. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think some fairness needs to come from the manufacturers that you can control a little bit. Then the skill, no. I mean,
talking about skills, because we played a match this morning at 9:00.
What were your thoughts on our level?
Well, what you wanted to say?
No, that was exactly what I was going to ask. Yeah, I mean, you met Sven for the first time. You've seen me a couple of times more.
Yeah, because you said he was playing better than what you last saw.
Well, that's what I was going to say. With Sven, it's his first time, but I'm happy to have a little session after this. Also, I tell you something. I mean, my experience is most players when they're in different levels. Let's say we put you in different levels. Let's say you are in this level. If I look at my notes on that level, it's normally the same mistakes. You, doesn't matter if you were raised in,
Argentina or whatever.
Argentina, and the other one was raised in, in Kenya. It's pretty much the same. I mean, you might have some more skill here, there, but it's the same things. And I was telling this morning, Andy, the other player, said, the three of you were doing the same. As in, you are very aware of how to move forward, but when things don't work, you don't go back. So then let's say that you do the approach, or you do you receive a bandeja or an overhead, you do the approach, the guy closed the gap well, and then you guys don't back up. So then the next shot you get is like, and sometimes, of course, because you have hands, you manage. But many times from that ball, that because you didn't back up, you start getting in trouble. So with Wessel that I have seen before, I think he has improved a lot. Also probably something to do with you have probably put a lot of time into... Yeah. I mean, at the end, it's not rocket science. I mean, I golf better because I go to the driving range every day. Of course, I'm not going to get worse. I'm going to get better. Yeah. But I think he's playing very nice. Again, for me, it's fun that now we can play, we can share the court and have fun. Yeah. Doesn't matter if the score is 6-1, 6-2, 6-3. For me, the points are, I can call him and say, well, so let's train. I can train perfectly with him. I can train perfectly with you. So I think, like I said, there is always room for improvement. But I think with you guys, it's more, I'm excited to spend time with you because it's more on good habits, tactically speaking. Position is like never enough information about position. Decision making. And then to me is once you have that knowledge, to not forget it in the match, you need to do enough repetitions. Like we were talking about, Wessel has this bad habit. It's a habit. It's not skill. When the lob comes here, he moves this way. Yeah. So he's one of the few guys in the world to hit a backhand overhead. On purpose. Backhand bandeja. Yeah, backhand bandeja. And then he does it well. But I think he was telling me, but it's just this and that. It takes the same effort to go this way as that way than this way. Yeah. And I think the options are much, much better from this side. Yeah. Also mentally, the players that see that you did this, they are afraid to come and block. Yeah. But if a player sees this and is experienced, he knows from here you don't have power. Yeah. So he can come all the way forward to block. Yeah. So to me, those small things are what's gonna make you a better player, I think.
Yeah, we've been discussing that regularly because progress is progress. So either it's 0.1% or I mean you're always getting better. And so it's not about winning or losing, but sometimes it's good to play like a really competitive match, because that's also a mental thing with your freezing arms and everything, that you don't have the guts to do anything anymore. But no, it was a nice match to play. And compared to the last time we played together, I think I moved up to the net with at least 12 centimeters. So it's slowly getting closer to the net when I play a good ball.
I think your position was good.
What did you think, Sven, about the level of Gabo?
Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, only from the videos that you can see. Like it's mostly the trainer videos, and I see, and you have told me stories before about, how, and that's when I was watching your content as well. It's very, if it works, it works. Like for instance, Wessel has his special, cross shot.
Yeah.
And if it works, then it works. And I remember when you first told me. It was something about a bandeja or something, and you told him. I think this was on a camp, and you told him, okay, but you don't need to do like the perfect grip and thing and whatever and this and that and all this by the book, because that was our first impression, because we were watching other videos or getting trainers to explain it. If it works, then it works, and keep it more simple. And then regarding your level, I think
let's talk about his level.
Sometimes you were so in control of where you played, and I think the key word here is playing different shots. As in, I didn't know if you were going to play a lob or if you were going to play chiquita, because I knew in the first set you were playing some chiquitas, and within 0.1 second you were at the net. I'm like, okay, so I have to play to Andy, and then Andy was also, he understood. He was moving in, so I was like, shit. So I have to play a sort of a chiquita back, and that's when I was like, okay, but this guy knows exactly. And also the quality of lobs is insane, because I remember you put a fibura in his corner, and it was double wall, and it didn't really get up, and you played a perfect lob over the left shoulder of Wessel back again, which is not one of those lobs that then bounces far back off the wall, so Wessel can hit a bajada. No, it was actually one where you have to scrape your racket off the glass and whip it back. So that's what I was like, and you are not a aggressive player. No aggressive player. Very functional. So. I think you've only made like 3 mistakes in the first 2 sets that we played. Maybe 2 balls out and one choice. But it's so classical, I would say. It's like you're totally in control. And if I play nowadays, I play sometimes on the right, and you were playing on the right. I was like, oh, I wonder if I could do that, like be in control so much that, a lot of balls went to Andy, but when we gave you the ball, you instantly made a decision that differentiated the whole course of that point. So you maybe turned it around, or you maybe got me in trouble, which gave Andy an easy ball, which
he missed, of course.
Which he missed.
Nobody. Bomb in the net.
And it looks so effortless. So that's obviously okay. Yesterday we were having dinner, and Gabo and Andy were talking a lot of shit, and so
trash talk.
And I was getting a little bit more scared. I was like, oh, okay. I was wondering, but no, it looks like you're totally in control, and I think that alone is scary from my perspective.
I'm gonna add something to that, because every shot you hit is consistent. Your consistency is fucking annoying, and that's exactly why we should train, because it's consistency. You can play the same ball for 25 times and it will land on the exact same spot. We cannot do that, and which is okay on our level, but consistency and the decision making,
tactical.
It's sometimes it's a pleasure to be humiliated, and it is, because when I don't take the step forward, you will cross the ball and I can only, you can see my back while I am watching the ball behind me. But that's awesome. And because you make that decision, you see my position. Yeah, I can really enjoy that.
Well,
So
thank you, guys.
consistency would be nice, because I remember that from the camps when we're doing the warm up.
Yes.
Just hit the ball in the surface, just into the
Yeah.
slow. Just know it, know it. Just for the feeling. That I mean, I think that 70% of the players cannot do that because. And I used to try that with my students once, but it was chaos because they would hit against glass walls, everything, and they would, this is so boring. And then I would say, this is for consistency.
I would actually want to add something to.
Also, we're adding.
So because Gabo and I were warming up, and I was like, hey, I want to use the glass, and I was wondering because we started off in the back, you hit. I was like, I gave you mostly all of my forehands and backhands were off the glass, and I was like, wait, I haven't hit one ball off the glass, and I was like, oh yeah, but this guy is from Mexico, he's a trainer, he probably plays very soft. This is no tennis, so, and every time I think one or twice I let the ball go to see if it bounced, but the ball bounced off the glass, but then fell dead and instantly. So the speed of your balls is actually perfect for me to doubt in my head if I have
If
to.
you can let it pass. Yeah,
if
man.
I can let it pass.
That's what we try to do, but it's not always easy.
It's crazy, and
That's the soft playing. That's the pace.
Yeah, pace. I mean, the difficult part with this, I think, is I think everyone goes through that process that they first play too fast, then they play too slow.
Yeah.
And that's not really what we mean, but it's like finding, like you said, the right pace. And it's not just one pace. Depending, let's say we have to find the right pace for the right moment. The right pace for this situation, the right pace for that situation. So I think that's what makes paddle so interesting.
That's what makes
Also.
it.
And that's I think what is addicting. It's like you can do this, but it's very hard to get it right. It's very similar to golf, mate, because in golf I really think I can be a scratch player because I can hit the shots. I can, but sometimes the ball goes this way, sometimes I mishit it, and now I cannot get the result I want to get. But I go home thinking tomorrow I will not mishit it. And I try again, and then it's an addiction.
we had a podcast with one of the golfers, Robin. I'm going to introduce you to him. But I actually talked to Robin, and he said golf is about, and that's why it's addicting, because it's problem solving. So you have a problem on the course. Okay, I'm in this position. I need to hit it, and it could be an easy shot, 140 meters. But there's wind. There's all these small little problems. You're connecting it. And it all comes down to one shot. You shank it, okay, shit, but you're done, and you have to go to the next.
Yeah.
So that dopamine effect that you get from wind, grass. What is my ball speed here? How far do I have? What is my lie? Whatever.
So
and then you hit it, and you cannot do anything about it after that. And you go on to the next one, and you have more problems to solve because maybe you're in the bunker or whatever.
No, that's why it's exhausting mentally.
It is.
Because there's lots of disappointment.
Yeah, also.
Yeah.
But paddle, I think it has that effect also because how nice it is, for example, when you put a plate together. I mean, let's say you play the lob, the overhead you receive is short, you go in, the guy also came in, but the ball is on his feet, he pops it up, and you find the space.
Yeah.
It feels like...
Look at this face.
Yeah. Yes.
And then I think just putting one play together like that sometimes in the entire game will make you love the game.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when that play happens that, same situation, but now Wessel tries to get away from me. But my partner, like you said, came with me. And now my partner actually finishes it. It's like you did something together. You were connected.
That's pure enjoyment.
Yes. I think that to me is why I love the game. I think it's nice, and at the same time, it's problem solving, like you said. It's the same in that way,
So earlier we were talking about Sweden, about paddle courts and everything, but you do a lot in Scandinavia or in Sweden, and you're in Spain, and you travel around the world. So what's on the planning for 26?
To be honest, There is always, an open mind to things because, things come up. Luckily, I still get some phone calls from here and there. But, I'm trying to rebuild myself I'm talking as in a brand, yeah?
Yeah.
No, not as a person, as a brand in paddle.
What's the name of the brand?
Well, now I'm gonna actually, you're the first one to know, but it will be Tiger Paddle. I like to be connected to animals, and I think a tiger is
So that's your logo.
beautiful. Yeah, and then I just want to focus a little bit more on taking a little break, maybe from the coaching, as in I will still coach, but not as intense as I've been.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to document everything I have to say about the sport. That is my goal.
And document in writing or in video?
Everything. But mainly, of course, more than documenting it for myself, I want to share it to the world.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this year I had this feeling at some point where, I love coaching. I think I'm okay, being around people. I'm very social. But if I'm honest, I had some days where, I guess we all have those days where I just wanted to not see anyone. So I get a bit emotional.
Oh.
Have to stop. Sorry.
No.
No, you're okay.
Whew. Some water?
Some tissues?
I'll be fine. Whew.
Oh, it's good.
That's crazy.
It's good of you to share.
I'm a human.
Yeah, you're not a robot. I mean, on the court you look like a robot, but
Yeah, I can be boring also. Oh, thank you, man.
I thought we agreed on not being emotional.
No, exactly. Sorry, guys.
you're good.
Yeah, but anyway, what I was saying is, I just feel like I love teaching, but I decided this year that I want to teach towards a camera, and then I want to share it to the world. I at some point, I was like, okay, I'm giving a lesson to Sven and Wessel, and I'm like, I love it, but right now it doesn't seem enough. So what about if these things that you came to me to learn, and what about I film it and I share it to the world? Because, it will be free content. I'm not planning to make money with that. I just want to document everything I have to say about the sport, everything I have to say about coaching, everything I have to say about playing concepts, through videos, through my humor, through my, sarcasm.
By being your authentically you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, which I feel I lost it for a bit this year. So just building it back.
Would be nice. I mean,
Well,
I think you're very credible, and I think in that sense, a lot of people already follow you and see your videos.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the response here. When I told you were coming over here, there were 3 people instantly inside this club that said, "Okay, what time is he going to be here, and can we meet him?" And I mean, I think I said this maybe yesterday, but I said like last week, you did not think that when you came here, there would be 3 people waiting for you at the front door because they are a big fan of you and they know you. So I think your following is already, really big. And I think if you document even more, people are gaining something from you. So it's not only entertainment, of course, it's humor, but you are giving something they need. They need those videos on, okay, you play a forehand, but think about this or do that. It's something that they can gain. And that's something Wessel and I always talk about, is gaining 0.01%. It's what you're always doing. So by us having conversation with you, we're gaining knowledge. So that adds to our knowledge, which instantly adds to our capabilities on and off the court regarding padel or in life or whatever. And I think documenting everything is, why not? You have so much knowledge.
I'm helping is fun, man. I mean, for me, I do it for that reason. I mean, it's just one more option. It's like, hey, look, this is what I have to say. This is what works for me. Also, everything I share, I always say, is being tested. It's not that I just woke up and had this idea or I heard it from someone. Even if I sometimes get ideas from someone, I test them. I test them enough to say, okay, this works. Or I tested and I adjusted to what I think should be, and then I share it. So for me, it's my way to give back to our community.
I think it's. I think you are on a travel of reinventing yourself, because what you are expressing now, that's how you've always been in the game. But the difference probably is that the purpose is much more clearer than it ever was, which makes sharing even better, because
I think so.
it's got nothing to. I mean, your ego is as big as mine. I mean, it's nowhere to be found. No, because we don't care. We just want to share, and without getting anything in return. And if we do, it's a collateral benefit where we weren't looking for.
Well, helping is what you get in return. I think helping others become better players and having some fun, having a laugh with what you have to say. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to get.
It's everything to get.
Yeah, I agree.
But I won't do any essential things, because people make me...
Essential things.
You should write a book. I would buy it. I would support you, because I love it. I think the phrases are amazing, man.
Isn't padel also like a metaphor for life?
I think so. I think
Stealing
every
the
sport.
net,
I think every
defending.
sport. I think every sport.
Every sport in some way has...
making the fence higher.
I mean, I try to think like that when I play sports. I mean, that's why I love them. I love all sports, because they are like... kind of like real life, and also I think you see a lot about a person when doing sports.
Exercise, yeah.
You know, I believe more in that phrase than you see the real person when they drink. I don't agree with that.
Did you see the real person, the real vessel yesterday evening?
Yeah, he's a dancer. He should be dancing instead of playing padel. No, but I think sports teach a lot. I think that's why they are great for anyone to do. And that's why I think I will never stop doing sports, man. And I keep picking up on sports, golf. Maybe in 2 years I do, I don't know, darts. I don't know. But I just think that I need to be behind a ball. For me, I need to be behind a ball to have purpose. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're 1.5 hours in.
Wow.
Awesome.
So I mean, do you have any more questions, Wessel?
No, not right now. I was wondering, because you were asking us the question about what would you change in the padel game, Golden Point. Would you have any other question for Sven or for me? Just padel like or whatever like. I mean,
no.
What would you
I mean,
like
more
to
than
know?
a question, I think it's great what you are doing. And yeah, for you maybe, Wessel, because I know you know at a deeper level, and I think it's amazing that you have connected to padel so deep that you might even change your lifestyle. True. If not already, you might feel that already your lifestyle is different and it's around padel. But I think for what I feel, and I mean, I can see, is you probably are going to end up, just
definitely
making a living with this. And I think it's amazing. I admire a lot of people that has gone in that route. And probably for you will be the same. I mean, maybe more as you are at the moment a social media, I would say, expert, because you are amazingly good, mate, even though you're only 25. And I hope you guys stick to this. But it will be nice to follow what you do, man. For me, it's interesting.
You've said it before as a joke, but I seriously, I mean, that's what I admire about you, Wessel, is you're very, if the idea is good, if the feeling is good,
go for it.
Go for it. And sometimes
It makes you happy. Also.
Yeah. Because you've made the joke about going abroad and maybe managing a club, being a trainer for a couple of hours, whatever. Just be in a good environment or surrounded by. But let that be Asia, let that be Europe, whatever, wherever it is.
Cyprus, Mexico.
Yeah, but why not? Because I know you have factors and everything, and the basic thing what people always say, yeah, you're young. And who gives a fuck? You're 49.
He's young also.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no reason not to do anything. So, I mean, you have a pulse, your lungs work, you're alive. So just make the best of it, right? With some responsibilities sometimes. But
Yeah, but it's not easy. I mean, this is what I think is so interesting because it takes guts and heart to change. You know, he has a good life. He
Yeah.
has a good job. The easiest way for you is to stick to what you've been doing and say, oh no, you know, I'm more on that side of life, so I don't need any changes. I'm okay, and you know,
It's nice. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
both for reflecting.
There you go.
we planned it last
Yeah,
night.
We're texting.
Well done.
Oh yeah, I was crying in the corner with
How
Andy.
do we cheer him up so he plays better?
Thank you for down leveling this reflection.
Shout out to Andy, by the way.
Andy. Yeah, we should say something
Who's
about
Andy?
Andy. Andy is a guy from Belgium.
Who traveled all the way here?
He calls himself Andy from Antwerp because that's a city in Belgium. We're not going to talk about his issues, but Andy is a really nice guy who's he's in the same flow. He makes the same bad jokes as I do.
That's true. Really bad.
He's a very unconditional guy.
Shout
which
out
is
to Andy
nice.
for coming
Yeah.
all the way down.
Yes, also
We have to
be
mention
the
him.
4-player.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, foreplay.
Definitely. He also is doing some academy thing
Yes,
along with a young fellow.
No, is his
Ton.
own academy?
Peak,
Yes, his
peak
own
play,
academy.
no?
Yeah, peak play.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's nice, man, to see people, you know,
Doing what they love. Yeah.
What was the
being
name
attached.
of the guy again?
ton.
Oh, I thought it was Dick.
Ton something.
Oh, sorry. No,
There's
they,
one of the bad jokes again.
they have a collaboration with Head. I forgot.
Oh,
sorry.
with head Dick head.
That was a terrible joke.
Okay, I think.
Somebody has to do.
I
the
think that's a
terrible
good
jokes. All right.
close-up.
Yeah, let's close it up.
Do you think Gabo knows?
Of
how
course
you
he
say
knows.
Game, set, and match.
That's
in
we always
Spanish?
end the episode with our guest closing it off. So, but first off, Gabo, again, thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
down all
My
the way.
pleasure. I will be
Flying
with you
out.
again anytime.
And we're really having a lot of fun this morning. I mean, last night, this morning. I do advise everyone to go to our social media, the PadelBro's, to check out all the videos with Gabo on the court, a match, a training, etc.,
Yes,
etc.
definitely.
Thank you to Home Padel for I mean, almost sponsoring and giving us the space and the
Yeah.
opportunity to organize the
Let's
lessons
not
here.
take that for granted. That's very nice.
Yeah.
And you can find Gabo on Instagram as well.
Yeah, Coach Gabo.
Coach Gabo.
And soon launching a new brand. So
The Tiger brand,
Yep.
the Tiger
Yeah.
Paddle.
Tiger Paddle.
Should we say something about his OnlyFans account?
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Maybe subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Hey, we never know. That's plan F if things don't work out.
It's
yeah?
still F.
Yeah,
Very
plan
good.
F, plan
Very
F.
good.
Gabo, you can close it off. We always close off by saying game, set, and match in Spanish.
Okay. Game, set, and match in Spanish.
Yeah?
He's actually repeating what you were saying.
No?
No, just
Juego, set y partido.
adios.
Arrivederci.